There is a man sitting at a desk, writing out with an elaborate pen and quill long indentations, illuminated by candlelight, penning out beautiful kanji, and another figure walks into the room. The man sitting at the desk looks up and speaks. "This is a very important mission I have planned for you. I'm asking you to tend to the garden. Will you be able to do that for me?" The sounds of light footfall that mask the true size and presence of this other being that has walked into the room. He nods his head, not uttering a single word, as he walks down to the desk, grabbing the 4 pieces of paper, stands up, walks away. As a door slides open, there's a twang of a shamisen. It's been 2.5 weeks since the incident. You've all received summons from Prudence, in the same boardroom where you first had the discussion. You all arrive in this place, Prudence and Lev waiting for you in this boardroom. Prudence is the first one to speak up. "You all did wonderful in the last hunt. It was a really good job, much better than I or anyone else could have expected. So kudos to all of you for that. Applause all around. Unfortunately, I come bearing interesting news, and I don't know if it's the most beneficial to all of you. There are things going on that I can't comment on at the moment. However, it's time for me to go back up to Seraph as my shift," raises their hands in the air and does air quotations, "has ended, and I'm gonna take a nap for a little while, and someone else is going to be taking up the reins. Which means I'm not going to be your go-to contact point for a little while. Lev will be here," and he sort of just sheepishly nods his head and waves, "as a liaison for the time being." And Prudence opens up a briefcase, pulls it up from underneath the table, pops open the latches, and pulls out a manila folder, sealed with wax. "Now, I have prepared this for you." You look as they stop speaking, slide it over into the center of the 4 of you, and without saying any words, they pull out something else. 4 inventations written on scrolls of parchment. Now, this is, how do I say, something interesting, and I don't want you all to feel bad about this, but this is sort of one of the reasons why I have to go. The, arrangement that I have facilitated for you, I don't know, are you referring to yourselves as Division 12?
Division 12 is great.
Yeah, it kind of sticks.
Wonderful, wonderful. You are all one of the main spears in the fight against Underheaven, and we intercepted these. These were sent to you, and then they were given to me, and now I'm giving them to you. They slide the pieces of parchment forward. In front of each of you is your name, beautifully penned on a piece of paper, sealed with a wax stamp. They look at all of you, but past you, almost like there's a hollowness to their eyes. And as they begin to make their way to the door, they reach into their long trench coat, pull out the fountain pen that you had lended to them, Ryuji, and scribbles out something on the wall. Be careful. I won't be here to protect you.
Thanks for everything, I guess.
They smile, nod, and not making eye contact with you, Connell, eyes tracing the outline of your shoes. A soft exhale. You're all gonna be fine. I know you will be. As Lev will also stand up, and they will walk out of the boardroom.
These assignments, I just wish they could be more subtle, that this is obviously a trap that we're walking into again.
Ryuji's jaw clenches. The power of words as of late, that thing that he wielded so effectively back when he was more human, back when he cared more, they feel increasingly powerless as of late. Go over to the dossier on the table, pick it up, knowing that none of us can talk about it in this room.
You pick up this dossier and inspect it, and you realize this is something different than a hunt dossier.
I'm going to take that dossier and start going with my team back to somewhere secluded, back to our private rooms. Still Cain grounds. Eyes and ears everywhere.
Doesn't hurt to be careful.
I guess I'm just afraid to figure out what's inside.
Ryuji kind of smiles at you. Well, even when marching straight into death, it's better together, huh? Come on, let's get somewhere out of audible range, maybe even visual range.
Yeah, sounds good.
We will cut to everyone in Ryuji's room. You break the wax seal on the document that Prudence gave you with a tss as it pulls away from the parchment. 4 or 5 pieces of paper just spill out onto the table, but one thing is stuck in between the folders. It falls out, and you see a Polaroid picture of a much younger Prudence, a much younger Makoto, still in possession of both of her eyes at this point in time. And Ivy, someone who you recognize, but can't fully place. The features are there. The eyes are there, the nose. And in this moment, you understand what Prudence meant so many days ago when they said, spitting image.
I walk out of the room. I'm just gonna go to my own room. My stuffed animal, my bunny, can I rip it open and pull out my own Polaroid that I have?
Yes,
Is the person in the Polaroid, does it look like my dad?
it does.
I'll bring both pictures back to the group, and I'll kind of just slide them on the table. That's my father.
This is him.
Oh man,
This is the one that everyone's been talking about.
I really don't know what to say. This really complicates things.
Why was Prudence withholding this information?
We just got assaulted by Under Heaven, and I don't think Prudence wanted us to go dig on our own.
We weren't assaulted by Under Heaven. I mean, we were before, when we fought Makoto, yes. But that centipede, that was Cain sending us to our deaths.
I think they'd rather us be dead than Connell gestures to the 2 photos, than everything be complicated.
And you begin to flip through the other documents on the table. It's a mix of historical documents dating all the way back to the Sengoku period. And Connell, looking at these pages, there's something that sort of sticks out to you. You remember looking at that piece of paper in the Under Heaven office building shortly before encountering Makoto. You are going to tick up to 2 out of 3 on Forgotten Memories.
One of the names on this dossier, I've seen it before. It's blotched out, but my mind remembers how it felt.
Aside from all of this historical context and documents, there's a concise note from Prudence, scribbled out recently. Everything else here was either typed, printed, or intentionally written. This was a sticky note slapped on top of everything. The politics of Cain are extremely complicated. There's the upper 4 and the lower 4. I don't know what all of you have stumbled into, but someone is very unhappy about how complicated things have gotten. I've been recalled for that reason. Watch your backs. Prudence.
I look down at one of these pages, these historical records dating back to the Sengoku period. On one of them is a transcription of a hymn, one that I said aloud to one person whom I then promptly killed. It says Hakaimono no Sambiga, Destroyer's Hymn. It's a bunch of words said by a man who lived a long time ago. As I'm looking down at it, I go, well, we're all going to die.
Not great for us that we have basically no advantages to our name, and Cain has everything against us. Unluckily for Cain, She opens her pocket, reaches further than is possible, and pulls out a floppy disk. We have something they don't know. Information they don't want us to know.
They let you keep that?
They don't know about it.
No, I have it in this thing. As she opens it, as you see a very small pocket dimension within her pocket.
I can't. How are we gonna use it? We don't have a computer.
Oh, that'll be fine. I'm gonna put it to my ear like a telephone. Mush mush.
May begins to speak to you in her familiar, methodical, computer-esque voice. What sort of information are you looking for here?
What is Cain so afraid of?
I'm afraid I can't answer that specific question, but if I could ponder or elaborate on a theory that I might have. Phan, you hear, and I'm assuming you begin to share this with the rest of the group, the long and storied history of the charitable corporation that Under Heaven had sort of co-opted. On further analysis of all of this data, you realize that Makoto was a crucial part of this, using the idol sin to maintain control of all of the workers in this company to get them to do whatever they needed to do. Dominoes and marbles that had been set up 20 to 30 years ago. This corporation goes back before the computers and before the Great War, before the loss of documents. And you know what Cain's afraid of, and it's that they missed something. Something was allowed to fester, and it's been growing.
If I might ask, this organization, who leads them?
You hear the whirring of the disc once more, faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster, until eventually smoke begins to seep out of the plastic casing of the floppy disk. You are able to hear one word before May will not be able to speak. Nobu Naga. The floppy disk cracks.
Phan holds the now very hot floppy disk, drops it to the ground. Who's Nobu Naga?
And with that proclamation, Connell, you feel a sharp pain in the back of your skull as the memories and physical sensations that were stolen to you come rushing back as you will complete the Stolen Memories Talisman, regaining everything you learned on that piece of paper so long ago.
Fuck. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Connell.
No.
Is it your time thing?
No, not one of those. You can tell when it's one of those time things. I remember what I saw in the paper. That's the last name of the guy. His first name is Oda. Oda
Nobunaga?
Yeah.
Like, named after the warlord Oda Nobunaga?
Yes.
From the Sengoku period.
Yeah. That's what I remember seeing on the paper. It was taken from me, but for some reason, saying his last name gave it back.
What are you talking about? Oda Nobunaga died hundreds of years ago.
No, Ryuji, the paper, it was redacted. They didn't want people to know his name was on it. His name was next to Makoto.
How could he run a company now if he was dead so long ago?
He never died.
Sorry, the Oda Nobunaga. Legendary Japanese war hero.
I didn't go to school. Who is that?
Look, the Warring States period was when all of Japan was fractured into factions vying for power over the government. The effective winner of this war was a man named Oda Nobunaga. He was a warlord. He died hundreds of years ago. I don't know how to explain this.
I just don't see why Ryuji, they would use code words on the same page where they directly named Makoto. It would make no sense to have it be code for the leader of the organization if that wasn't his actual name.
And Connell, you remember something else with the completion of this talisman. Something at the top of the page. The exact text of this document, perfectly flashing back into your memory as if you only held it mere moments ago. In preparation for the second sunrise, glory to Makoto Nakagawa and Oda Nobunaga.
Holy shit. Second sunrise, they want to create a new Japan. That's what they called the operation.
Can I open My invitation.
Yeah, for sure. You open your invitation, and inside of it, it unfurls from the top, and it is a long traditional scroll. And falling from the inside of it is a Shinkansen ticket, the Tokyo to Kyoto Express, departing in 3 hours. There is a poem. The time draws near for flowers to bloom. Soon the sunrise will arrive at noon. Do not stray for it will lead to your doom.
Sorry, you said it's a ticket to Kyoto? The old seat of the shogunate?
This isn't good, is it?
Well, not only that, Ivy, if we turn down a assignment from Cain, they are obligated to kill us.
You know, I've never left Tokyo. I'd like to get some fresh air.
I can't help but feel like we don't have any options anymore.
Did we ever?
I guess for a time we thought we did.
Do the documents say how my dad knew Makoto and Prudence?
On the back side of the Polaroid photo, you flip it over. It's marked 1968, May 1st. There's a single quote written at the bottom. In short, scratchy font, not similar to Prudence's or Makoto's. To the best years of our lives. The 3 of us are invincible.
How can we one-up Cain and Under Heaven?
I've been wanting to tell this to you all, and I don't think it's gonna make any sense. And it might even concern you all. As Connell says this, the shade is splayed out on Ryuji's bed, just laying down, not paying any mind to the conversation. As Connell glances, you watch as he glances at the bed, which contains nothing. I've been seeing things, and they tell me what's gonna happen. That's all I can tell you for now.
Oh, isn't that just your foresight?
No, it's different.
But you were like saying stuff last sin fight. You were telling us what would happen and then it didn't happen, right? That's just part of your time power?
You were talking to someone else.
Foresight's visual, Ryuji. This is audible. It's weird. But it's not the events that are going to play out that I'm told. It's something else tells me.
What, like your blasphemy is mutating?
Maybe. But it's...
So it helps us?
Yeah. I can't communicate with it here with all of you.
We don't know anything about what Cain's planning, and we are most certainly walking into a trap. I think the last thing I would want at this moment is for the only people in this building, in the world, maybe, that I can trust, still withholding information from us. So, I offer you all probably our last chance. Cards on the table. What the hell is going on with you all? I look specifically at Connell and Ivy.
I'll tell you what it's about, but you need to tell me where you're at. You act all professional and like you used to be all those months ago when we're not in the field. But the minute we hit the field, the minute there's something to kill, you change. It's like flicking a switch. What's up with that?
You said you weren't going to sacrifice anything for me anymore. But you're different. It's not just the eyes. You gave something up. Why?
Unlike when you throw yourself in the way, you become less human. When I throw myself in the way, I sacrifice my place in the universe. One day, Ryuji, when I use my powers, I will completely cease to exist. One day when you...
You told me you have a family.
Yeah. You want to know the funniest part about all of this, Ryuji? One day, you're not going to remember this conversation. Connell begins to cry. One day, the family, they're not going to remember a thing about me. One day, I will be gone.
In an instant, you, Ivy, and you, Phan, watch as the table is kicked up over, the papers go flying everywhere, as Ryuji has placed his hands on Connell's shoulder, staring him directly in the eyes, and he goes, "You would sacrifice that? You would sacrifice that for us?
We are doomed. I am doomed. You have a family, and you're going to throw them away? What the hell is wrong with you? My parents are in India, waiting for months to send me money back. And now I am a prisoner of my own power. They're dead because of me. What the hell is wrong with you? I sacrificed my humanity willingly. Why would you give up yours on me?
You're the only family I've had.
Pushes you to the floor. Idiot. Idiot. You are an idiot. How can I be your family? I'm barely even human. Turns to both you and Ivy, standing up, filling the room, his face a mask of anger and abject depression, pure sorrow. I sacrificed this for you. I wanted to become a weapon so that you both could be human again. Looks up at Phan. If Cain thinks that we are weapons, I will be an unbreakable spear. I will be the grindstone that turns the heavens into dust. You had a plan to escape, Connell. The reason I told you you weren't cut out to be an exorcist is because you're more human than I'll ever be.
Connell begins to pick himself up. Ryuji, the fact that you feel this way means that there's still a chance. You're not completely gone. Sins don't think about that.
Stares at the wall. Can you just let me make the sacrifices for once?
I'm afraid that the sacrifices you make don't always succeed, Ryuji.
And that's fine. I'm fine with getting hurt. I've been getting hurt all my life. I'm fine with being a tool. I've been a tool my whole life. I'm a stranger in my own home. Why did I even come to this country? Why did I come here?
Ryuji buries his face in his hands, slumps to the floor.
Connell just places a hand on his shoulder and sits there.
I can't see a way out. I've let everyone down. And the only way I can dig myself out of this hole is through blood. I want my life back, Connell. And I can't have it. The only way I can think of it is to keep killing my enemies until they're all gone.
I realized the same thing. And what I told you in the park still stands, Ryuji. You can create a new one. It won't be the same, but it'll still be a life.
Trial by fire?
Yeah, but Ryuji, I still owe you. You opened up, so...
You've paid me back enough, Connell.
No, not like that. I owe you my honesty. The thing that tells me what's gonna happen, it's a shade. And it knows all of you. It knows all about me. And it just talks. But when I engage with it, it always loves to engage back. But it never likes telling me anything good.
Does it know if we make it?
I don't know yet. I have to ask him.
Where is it? Is it in the room right now?
Yeah, it's actually right next to you. Connell points at the shade, which is moved to lean against Ryuji, jokingly, making a mockery of him.
I don't feel its touch. What's it saying right now?
Wow, he sold his humanity. That's a real steep price for how pathetic of a being he is.
That's what he said.
I turn up to where I think it is. That thing can look me in the eyes. And a resolve that you don't see sparkles deep behind his vision that is just pointed up at the ceiling, like burning coals, like some kind of determination that winds itself around his brainstem like a coiling serpent. Time to carve a path.
In complete and somewhat total honesty, my name isn't Ivy. My name's Ivana Callahan, and my father, he worked with Cain for many years. He killed my mother. She couldn't take his being away all the time, and she jumped off of a bridge when I was little. And she turned into a sin right in front of my eyes. He had to kill her. And I haven't seen him in over a decade. I didn't even know that he knew Prudence or Makoto or... I'm surprised I even remember his fucking name. I want him dead, and I want to be the one to do it. He turned my mother into a monster. I can barely remember my own mother's face. I want to kill him.
Then we'll do it.
Any more disclosures? This might be the last time.
How about it then? Us against everyone. Only way out is up.
Well, friends. To war?
To war.
We will jump forward 3 hours in time. All of you sitting on the Tokyo Express to Kyoto. You look out the windows of the train and you see snow beginning to fall. It is that time of year. However, the carriage you are on is entirely empty. You did not buy these tickets, they were gifted to you.
How cordial.
There is no conductor, no staff, no one looking around checking the tickets. Eventually, the door at the end of the train car slides open, and Ryuji, you see someone familiar walking through. Ra? Is that you?
Wait. Oh my god. There is... there is no way! How is that?
And you watch as one of your old coworkers just walks over and looks at the four of you.
I erupt out of my seat, completely forgetting that I have a massive polearm on my back and a briefcase full of lethal weapon pens, way taller than him. I was always the lanky guy in the office, completely envelop him in a bear hug.
What are you doing here?
Toya-kun, wait a minute. We're en route to Kyoto. This is crazy. What are you doing here?
There's the big expo this year. They moved it to Kyoto. Somewhat, I don't want to say last minute, but it was sort of like one of those things where apparently they swapped the venue because there was something with like Toyota or Mitsubishi. There was some sort of corporate spat, and they just didn't want to hold it in Tokyo anymore. So it's in Kyoto this year.
Right. Shit. That's insane. Matsuda-san, is he still giving you shit?
You know him.
Yeah, right, of course. I mean, when is he not giving you shit? Shimamura-san, he's still your superior? Tell me you've got past him at this point. I mean, it's been months.
You know how it is. No, there's like 3 or 4 of us, and we're on the way. What are you doing here?
Right, let me introduce you to my new coworkers. I sort of clap him on the back, lean him over to all of my other friends, and I go, this is Miyamoto Toya. He's my old coworker. He worked at Tomoe Manufacturing with me.
He sort of leans over, gives a polite bow. It's like, oh, pleasure to meet all of you.
Oh, Ryuji, I didn't know you bought visitation rights.
Yeah. Funny that you just run into people like that. I'm going to look around. There's no one else in this train,
There is
right?
no one else in this car. It is just you and one of your coworkers.
I'm going to take the naginata off my back and sort of just hold it in one hand. Yeah, blast from the past for sure. Anyway, you have about 30 seconds to explain what you're doing here before I kill you.
You watch the color drain from his face. Ra, what are you talking about? I told you,
That's around 20 seconds now, but, you have time. Get it out of your system, and then start talking.
Oh, fuck. And he, looks down and sees this polearm that you're holding. Oh, okay. They moved the convention, and the 4 of us were told that it was incredibly...
Ooh, Ryuji, I think that's 5 seconds. Start the countdown.
Phan's gonna start counting nails out of her pocket. You working with them?
5.
Wait, hold on, no.
3,
Ra, who's them? I'm a car manufacturer.
I'm going to gently place my hand on his chest and go to inscribe an axis into him. Is this person a human?
Yes, they are. Tension is going to go up 1.
See, the thing is, Toya-kun, the real Toya, called me Rakun all the time. But he found that funny because it sounded a bit like rock. So eventually he started calling me Rock. But you used Ra. That's not my name. I hold the naginata out, grab him by the shoulder, and go, 3, 2, 1.
I
stab him.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Stumbles backwards, hits the floor, and starts scooching backwards up the aisle. Ryuji, why'd you stab me? What the
Now he really is a human.
Yeah, he also called me Ryuji. Slowly walking down the train car at him. Under Heaven's getting a bit sloppy. Ryuji? Raku? I mean, which one are you going to choose? Hell, what's my real name? Raise the Naginata again.
Hold on, Ryuji, he knows something. We can't just kill him.
Well, his clothes know something.
You could just ask him while he's still alive. And also, this train still has to arrive at the station, Ryuji. Are you sure you want that running with the law?
Put the Naginata down. You should be happy that he's the logical guy. Phan, check his clothes.
Walks up, grabs him by the cuff of his shirt, pulls it forward, and listens to her ear.
His dress shirt begins to whisper to you. You see through the flashes of your mind almost like an old slide deck. One day ago, when he didn't get up and go to work. When he stayed at home all day. And the POV shifts to the shirt hung up in his closet, like a found footage camera. Toya crawling backwards on the floor as something just outside of the shirt's view begins to walk up to him and pick him up. The only thing that you can make out is this single pale white hand that's holding him by the throat, and almost like the wrappings around a screw, a spiral that follows on this pale white hand where blood is just flowing, a circular wound that traces all the way from the center of the palm down the entire forearm, blood dripping, slams him into the floor of his apartment, punches him in the head once, twice, thrice, leaving a ticket on top of his body.
He's been marked by them.
You see the orb anywhere on his body?
With her hand with her hammer held high in the other, she's going to begin sort of scanning around his body, feeling around, seeing where this mark was placed.
You begin to pat him down. You find what you're looking for. You pick up a piece of parchment written on it to kanji, tenji, and the tension will rise.
Permission to kill this human?
Well, hold on. He still might know something. Have you been getting any commands, visions, and be honest with us, because we could make whatever's about to happen much more painful for you.
I don't know. He said he was gonna kill me.
And what does he want you to do? What else is he telling you to do?
He told me to find you.
Why?
What were you going to do when you found us?
Did he say why?
I don't know.
This thing is a spy. He's not going to do anything. It's the mark on him.
Right. Destroy the mark.
I'll just smash at him with the hammer.
Instead of the sound of like a hammer hitting paper, it instead is the sound of a hammer striking glass and scatters this mark dissipating with a little on the wind. Toya is there on the ground bleeding.
I looked down at Toya, letting him die. This was a man I worked with, drank with. I counted him as one of my friends. And watching this poor shell bent into a puppet, a life as fragile as a jasmine flower that I can crush between my fingertips. Something in Ryuji becomes a little more inhuman. This is the work.
Shit. Oh, there's blood getting everywhere. Quick, help me clean this up.
Shit, right, yeah. This is going to be a disaster.
We will cut away. A bird's eye view above the train on a building 2 to 3 kilometers away. A figure, cloaked in red, stands atop a building, holding a bunch of sigils in the forms of paper dolls in his hands, one of them shattered into a million pieces. He clears his throat and drops the piece of paper as blood from his white arm begins to drip onto the floor of the building. He inhales deeply, jumps down towards the train tracks, and begins walking. And we will cut back to our exorcists. Ryuji, you standing over one of your coworkers, bleeding out on the floor. The door, once again, slides open. Ryuji, you see your other coworker, Kenshi, walk in, see basically his friend bleeding out on the ground, you standing above him with a bloody sword, go, Ryuji, what the fuck? Oh my god. And then just immediately starts running away, like screaming as loud as they possibly can.
I'll deal with that, and I'll run after them.
Please try not to kill him. Okay.
Thank you, Ivy.
Connell, you need to care less about humans getting hurt.
But I thought that was the whole point of our job.
The point is that we live.
Well, no, the whole point is wipe away the stain. Stop sins on this earth. They kill millions of people every year. Why do we kill them then?
Did I not say it was us versus everyone, Connell?
These people can't defend themselves.
They're with them.
Not by their choice. You know, they're kind of like us.
And with that, we will cut away to Ivy sprinting down the train car.
Can I roll conditioning to try and catch up to him?
Oh my god, that's 6!
Holy fuck!
Since I catch right up to him, I'm just gonna, place myself right in front of him. And Connell said not to hurt him. So...
He slams into you, immediately, falls backwards.
Listen, I don't really know who you are, and I'm gonna need you to not run away. You're gonna have to come back to the group.
Next to the body? Are you fucking insane? How did you get here that quickly? Oh my god, you know there's kids here, right? You look over, and you see 2 or 3 chairs down, a little girl holding a small white stuffed animal, not unlike yourself.
Since he's on the floor, I'm gonna lean down, grab the front of his shirt, and I'm gonna tell him, if you want to live, you will go back to the group before I kill you, and you'll smell your own flesh burning off of your body. And then I'll let him go, and I'll walk towards the kid. Is she all alone?
She is.
What are you doing here all alone? Where are your parents?
She looks at you, shrugs her shoulders, raises the little white rabbit stuffed animal's paw at you, and just sort of waves.
I have one of those.
She smiles at that. Mommy and Daddy aren't, I was given a ticket, and they said I could meet Mommy and Daddy if I got on the train. And so, I got on the train, and they said I could bring my little friend along, and...
Are there any more kids on the train with you?
No, I found my spot, and now I've just been sitting here the entire time.
Well, why don't you come with me to meet my friends? Probably not as much fun, but there's a really tall guy, and tall guys are funny.
Yeah, they can be. Tall guys are funny. And we will cut back to the other group of exorcists as your other coworker stumbles back in.
Oh, watch your feet. There's a pool of blood. Just step around it.
Crawls into one of the chairs and just hits the fetal position. I couldn't even run. I couldn't even outrun. I couldn't...
Hey. Relax. Sort of leaning down, I go, Matsuda-san. Interesting, you're supposed to be at the office. Is the project still happening? You know, big contract. I ended up disappearing before you closed that merger, but how did that pan out? I'm sort of kneeling down next to him, and I think he sees in my eyes just ever so briefly, just enough, that stupid kid straight out of college 2 years ago, bright-eyed, Japanese not as good as it is now, but still, after years of schooling, ready to enter the workforce, that innocent kid, ripe for exploitation. And I am just logorically just riffing on the things that I remember from my time working for Tomoe Manufacturing, asking about all the stuff that he was relaying to me, hoping that I would forget so that he could berate me about it later. But I never did.
You watch as the fear, something that you're not used to seeing in sins. You're not used to interacting with normal people now.
Ryuji smiles. He sees the archway of a temple. He smells ancient stone, like he is standing before a Shinigami in mortal form. And something deeply, culturally seated within him. It bubbles to the surface, seeing this man in a suit.
And we will cut to Ivy and the little girl.
I'm gonna ask her if she wants to play a game.
Reluctantly nods her head.
I'm gonna take my tie off and tie it around her eyes. Okay, keep hold of your bunny, and I'm gonna hold your hand and I'm gonna guide you, okay? And you have to keep this on. You have to pinky promise me you'll keep it on, okay?
Okay. You walk back to the train car, see Ryuji towering over what you can only assume to be another one of his coworkers.
I see this man crying, and I look up at Ivy coming in through the train car, leading this blindfolded girl, and I realize what's going on here. I'll walk away from Matsuda-san as he's sobbing, and up to you and the little girl. I nod at you, acknowledging that you blindfolded her, and I go, "Hello."
She looks up in the direction of the voice, clings to your leg. Ivy, is that the tall one?
It is the tall one. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very tall.
She said that she was given a ticket to go find her parents, and her parents will be at the end of the train.
Great. Well, a lot of people are looking for things in this train. Could you wait just over there for a moment and we'll try and find your parents with you.
Okay.
As she goes away, I look over at Ivy and I go, we need to get everybody out and we need to get out of this train right now. All of these people are going to die.
Okay, but Ryuji, did you read what the letter said? It said there's dire consequences if we don't go to Kyoto. What's to say they don't just kill us if we turn around?
I don't think we stop the train, actually. I think we try and get them out. Actually, it might not even matter.
We can't leave a little girl on the side of the road. I won't, at least.
No, but that's the point. None of these people are spies. They're all innocent. It's a mind game. They're trying to do something to us as we approach.
We have a few options. I don't like these cars. They're stuffy and we're vulnerable. But also, I don't like the outside because of how fast this train is moving. But Ryuji, is there a way you could make it so we could traverse the top of the train safely?
I think I could, actually.
Perfect.
You'll all have to stay close to me, but we can.
It's better than in here.
Ivy, can you take the little girl all the way to the back?
Yeah. What about your, friend? The one that's not dead?
Look over at Matsuda-san. Well, back when I was working with him, and we were working late nights, and I was feeling like I was losing my mind, he told me to suck it up. So I guess suck it up, Matsuda-san! And I'm going to go into the connecting car and begin carving open a hole for us to get on the roof.
And is everyone climbing onto the roof at this moment?
I'm gonna take the little girl to the back.
We will have the three of you go onto the top of the train, and we will watch as Ivy puts the little girl in the back of the train, and the tension is going to go up by 1.
Wait, what's the little girl's name?
Emmy.
Emmy, this is very important. Unless you hear my voice, or the tall man's voice, or your parents' voice, you should not take off your blindfold. You're going to hear a lot of things probably going up above you, but it's really important you don't take off your blindfold because you might see something that you really don't want to see, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to leave, but I will come back.
Climb up onto the roof of the train. You all standing there. The cold hits you like a wall. It is wintertime and one of the first snows of the season. The train is moving very fast. This is an express train after all. Tokyo to Kyoto, not many stops. Until, Phan, you see in the distance a man walking forward, cloaked in red, skin the color of the snow that's currently falling.
There's someone out there.
With that declaration, you see them reach out their arm from their coat, blood spinning like fan blades, coalescing in one long sword blade as it extends directly towards the train.
Shit.
Tension go up.
I'm going to step behind Connell and Phan, and I go, prepare to jump. I'm gonna go get Ivy. Reach down, punch into the roof of the train itself, feel my axis inscribe itself, drop down off the side of the train, rotate around it, and fling myself directly towards the back train car that I know Ivy's in. Shattered glass, I land on the other side of the train. Bring her outside now!
Grab Emmy, holding the back of her neck tight so she doesn't get whiplash from the amount of force that is about to be placed upon her, and you are on top of the train with Ryuji and everyone else.
Connell just looks at Phan and he says, you're gonna have about 3 seconds of air to jump off of this train before what I'm about to do takes place. You should take advantage of that.
I'm gonna what?
As you send the train careening backwards, hopping off and confronting the man in red.
Ivy and I, as we see the train come to a stop and begin to go backwards, we have our opportunity to jump off.
Man in red retracting this extended blade back into his palm as he begins to walk forward towards you, Connell.
Alright, asshole.
If there was ever a time not to hesitate, it's now. Don't hold back.
Fine.
Phan is going to pull out a two-way radio, place it up to her ear, click it on, and she just says return.
2 successes.
Wonderful. It is now the man in red's turn, as he is going to instantly take one step and be bearing on top of you, Phan. Oh, and the risk is wonderful for you too. Chillin'. Once again, just 2 stress for you on that.
I'm going to use Current. I think you guys actually only see Ivy show up, as Ryuji has not come to the front of the train to join the battle directly. He's standing near the front of the train where he inscribed his original axis, jumps on the top of the train, forms a stigmata lance, and plunges it into the same hole he made to inscribe the initial axis as he feels grace spidering through the body of this train, and you all feel a strong wind begin to pick up around you like a typhoon is forming where you are battling. And you guys do not bear the brunt of it, but I will spend a Psyche Burst to modify it like I did before and form it in a circular pattern.
Oof, that is a 2 on the die. In response to this action, the man in red, you expect a bulky form. That is not what you see. As the wind pushes against the cloak as he walks forward, it is incredibly lanky. You'll be taking 3 stress from this. As he walks up to you, holds out his hand from a slit in the center of his palm as a hail of blood spikes just begin flying towards you.
Okay, I only take 2 stress as the blood spikes, some of them instead of hitting me, just orbit around me.
Connell glances to the side for a minute as the shade is just sitting on the sideline as if he was waiting for a train. Connell quickly asks, Saber, will it be any good?
I would honestly take it. I'll take the 3 worse.
As you begin to speak to your shade, the man in red 180 spins his head around to you and begins to move rapidly towards your position, Connell, grabbing you by the throat, slamming you into the ground right on top of one of the rails, and just whispers into your ear, His Majesty has no use for broken toys, and you are going to take 3 stress from this.
Perfect. You've set yourself up for failure. Emma, another thing I'm going to do is I am going to end the reversal on the train. We're right on the tracks, correct? And he has me pinned?
Yes.
I end reversal. Ivy! Blast him! Fuck. Oh my god.
1-6.
Fire shoots out of my hands, and it cuts through the snowflakes that fall, and they evaporate, and it shoots straight into the man in red.
Connell witnesses this course of events, and he notices how he's likely shrugging off most of the blow, and he's like, Ivy, I'm sorry, not good enough. As he's holding back, I imagine the blade from penetrating into his neck. Connell goes ahead and lets go and reaches back into his heart as the blade goes through his throat, slicing it open. He begins to cough blood as he laughs at the figure. See you never. As he is going to pop stutter. Roll that again, Rylee, and get a much better result.
3 successes!
Holy money.
Okay.
And that's 4 slashes. All right, now let's see if I fill that up. Oh, and temporal instability fills up.
The first time, the flame was orange. This time, it's bright blue. And only Phan can bear to look at this strikingly bright light. Before, where the fire passed through, the snow under it burned away. The snow has now it's gone from the playing field. And it burns into the man in red.
How many slashes am I taking here? 4?
4.
3 stress to you.
Yeah, that's an injury.
All right, temporal instability time, gang. 3 is you disappear until rest. You return if there's a conflict scene. You have no memory of where you were. When you return, take 2 stress.
The choke that the man in red has on you is broken as you are basically teleported 20 feet in the other direction, and you reappear, falling from the air. No recollection of what's going on or what's happening.
What the fuck is happening?
Phan, have you gone this round?
I did go. I used the 2-way radio.
Rack attack. Yes, okay.
It could be anything. We don't know that we don't know.
True. It literally could be anything.
I think I can guess. It's a mystery. Okay, I'm spending a Psyche Burst, taking a point of stress for the work, and I'm going to use my current to use Fling. So that's 3 additional die. Oh, fuck yes.
That's really
Fuck
good.
yes.
That's really good, actually.
Not
Let me get the risk
bad.
for that. Oh, it's a 4 on the risk roll, and then, Naren, you rolled 2 6s?
Because I rolled 2 6s, my new agenda ability activates. From my new beast agenda,
Rule of nature. Whenever I inflict violence with an action, if I roll 2 6s or better, it inflicts an additional slash on any talismans, and I regain a psyche burst.
Let's fucking go!
So, they immediately take 3 slashes as me having been stabbed with a bunch of these bloody needles. I see shit exploding near the front of the train. I run towards the back of it, and as I'm standing there, as I see another large explosion, I imagine that axis as the axis of the world. I close my eyes, and I see me and my enemy, and I imagine us overlapping at once. And as everyone blinks and open their eyes, the world has spun, and Ryuji has stabbed a Naginata through his back as the blade is protruding out of his chest, as he goes, "Found you." Immediately takes 3 slashes, and I regain a psyche burst.
And then that was a 4 on the risk roll for you, so that was expected. So I believe that is only going to be 2 stress to you.
I'm gonna bring out my hands again, and I create this sort of blackened type of energy, and I fling it towards the man in red. And I'm not willing to cause indiscriminate harm, not caring what you destroy, burn, or incinerate, but I am willing to let my anger control the outcome, which gives me another additional dice. And I'm going to spend a psyche burst to add another additional dice, so it's 2 additional dice.
Oh, you are in the current?
So I will add a 3rd additional dice. 3 successes.
And a 6. So that's beautiful.
And a 6.
Do something more! Let's go! Kill this fucking guy. Oh, fuck. I think you hit all of us. Because for each yes, it's maximum your cat range, so I think you blast all of us.
Yeah, I think everyone would take 3 stress, but because it's a 6 on the die, everyone takes 2 instead.
I still take an injury, I think.
The black energy consumes him up as it like hits the ground, and it kind of scatters out a bolt of lightning towards everybody else's like feet, and it like hurts you as well if you're in range.
Phan is going to set herself up for next turn. She is going to begin sauntering towards the man in red, and all she's going to do to set up is put on a pair of racing gloves from her pocket, and that is the end of her turn.
That's still risk, right? Is it still risk?
Yes.
Phan walks towards him in fucking Aura Farms.
Bring Rack here right fucking now.
Do it, pussy.
Bring Rack here right now. Do it, pussy.
Since that was a better option, can it feed into what I'm about to do? Connell looks to Phan and says, Phan, where do you want him? Faster!
Right? As she's looking at the scene in front of her. Like she's daydreaming a little bit. There, right there.
Phan, in your attempt to try and sneak up on the man in red.
I'm not sneaking up on him. I am walking towards him.
Oh, you're just walking at him.
I'm walking directly towards him, putting on a pair of racing gloves.
How are you going to aura farm if no one sees you?
All right, Phan, now's a better time than any. I'm going to use 2 psychic bursts to use time stop, and I do not have that in the budget, so that's 2 sin rolls. Ooh. That's so good.
Not bad.
No, that's good. 2 nat 1s. That's beautiful. Well, I mean, hold on. We're not done yet. Emma, roll the risk even though we're in stop time because that's how the system... Fuck.
Phan, I forgot to mention, but you are going to take 2 stress from your aura walk up towards the man in red.
Oh, time is stopped for 9 seconds. That's really fantastic. Emma, in stop time, Connell is going to bomb rush this guy, pummel him to the ground, place him in front of Phan, and then back away for whatever's about to happen.
Ryuji's also in stop time, just holding out the spear at nothing.
Right? When Phan said right here, she meant on the same track that the Tokyo Limited Express was also going to be taking, right? So, hypothetically...
Exactly! It's gonna be a rack attack into the fucking train!
You do, in the moments before stop time, you get hit by like just a rogue slash coming from the man in red, and you're going to take 3 stress, allowing you to perfectly set him up in the exact position where he needs to be for the most amount of everything.
May I?
Yes.
Phan's gonna keep walking towards him. I know Connell will stop time around you, so everything I'm about to say you're about to hear at once. A couple weeks ago, I figured out something. I spent a lot of my life fixing objects, helping them, caring for them, but I had a realization. It's not enough. To really make sure they're happy, I can't just protect them. I have to act out their will. As Phan looks towards a digital watch, as the alarm goes off and it begins to beep, as headlights behind her begin to get brighter and brighter, she holds out the left of her hand, Rack coming into view, coming just within range of Phan's touch, scraping by as the fingertips of the racing gloves smooth off and peel off the first layer of her skin as she uses Amplify. And she will also be using Perfect Technique to increase the cat of Amplify by 1.
Oh my god! A bullet train crashing into a car going the speed of a bullet train.
Now, let's do some math.
Oh my god.
Let's say
Jesus Christ.
that currently Rack is about 20 or so feet away from the man in red. If it were to close that distance in about 60 miles per hour, it would be about 0.2 seconds. Within a fraction of a moment, Rack accelerates from 60 miles per hour to 350, the speed of a maglev. That time to cross that distance is now 60 milliseconds.
You have Rack going directly into the train that's coming back, right? But the sheer amount of inertia that's about to resolve is crazy.
That would be a problem, but fortunately, Rack also has the resilience of Cat 5.
Oh my god. He's gonna eat this for breakfast.
Dude.
Oh my god. No.
The car begins to amplify everything at speed resilience, but the speakers as well amplify as a staticky voice comes through, almost like some kind of radio host screaming out, echoing throughout this valley, as Rack itself screams out, "Rack attack!" As slamming in to the man in red along with the train just in front of it, sandwiching him in stop time.
Oh my god, the amount of inertia is like ridiculous. I don't even know how much damage this shit would do.
The train is gonna turn into spaghetti.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it's like, when cars collide, it's insane, but like two things going at 300 miles per hour.
Being crushed through the entire train from beginning to end, while Rack soldiers on forward down the tracks. What am I going to bonus from? It's your Ryuji's current.
Me laying you up in stop time.
I'll use my last psychic works to give myself another bonus. That's 3d6 plus 2d6 for 5d6. 2 6s.
Okay, risk. That is a 2 on the risk roll. As the Tokyo Express is about to collide with the man in red and Rack, the man in red simply holds out his right arm, a fountain of blood spraying from it, as a giant katana of blood the size of a odachi, a sword designed for killing horses, comes out of his forearm as his back is hit by Rack at the speed of, God, what, a maglev train, 350 miles an hour, as the tip of a diamond-tipped saw begins to cut through the entire bullet train as the man in red begins to slice through this thing, being pushed forward by Rack, taking exorbitant amounts of damage. So
My goated vehicle.
the train is split in twain as it just begins to unfurl, just a zipper being undone. The man in red simply just holding his right arm out, cutting it in twain as Rack continues to push him further and further and further. Bits of debris from Rack, pieces of the bumper are embedding themselves into the man in red, his lanky form eventually giving way to the sheer mass of just inertia that he has been placed under.
Buying this car was the greatest thing I've ever done.
Taking 2 slashes from the 2 successes. This train that has been split in twain, the debris begins to rain down on all of you. Phan, you are currently closest to this point of impact right now. You are going to take 3 stress. Everyone else is going to take 1.
That is an injury from Phan.
You see the man in red punch one of the train windows inside of the carriage, step out, cloak fully gone at this point. You look at his, like, emaciated form stepping out of this train. The upper half of his cloak gone. The only thing he's wearing is traditional Japanese baggy pants. You look at his form, and you see the center area where his heart would be. There's instead a perfectly cylindrical hole, like the one in Makoto's eye. And instead of where that heart is, there's simply a kanji. Tenchi. Heaven over earth. As this kanji itself physically beats, and you watch as it pumps the blood instead of a heart.
I walk towards him. I want to get close enough to where I can, like, touch him. And I look him in the eyes. I put my hands on his shoulders. I want to, like, use Saber straight into his body. The fire that would usually burn up my hands from using Saber burns into him instead. And as his flesh starts to, like, burn up, I dig my fingers into him, trying to take a chunk of skin out of him. 2 6s.
Risk roll?
Better.
Yo.
It's like the 7th 6.
Yo.
We will never be punished, ever.
Where did Sumner go?
Audio listeners, Sumner got up and left.
As I can't dig my hands into his flesh anymore, because it's all burned away, I move up to his face and I grab it like a mother would a child who's fallen on the ground, and I burn my fingerprint into his face. I tell him it was always gonna end this way. Me burning you into nothing.
Except, I'm going to roll a dice, and there's a 50-50 shot that this is what does him in. Passive, Iron Soul. Whenever you would fill up an injury or on an execution talisman, roll a 1d4. On a 4+, go 1 stress under maximum, and just shake off the rest of the damage. Yeah! Ivy, you reach into his face, blast him with the most energy you've ever mustered in your entire life. You watch the kanji inside of his chest start to beat rapidly, blink, 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 and then shatter into a billion little pieces as blood begins to seep throughout his entire body. He's going to pick you up, throw you to the ground by your neck. Only take 2 stress from this attack. This, like, basically this final death roll from the man in red. Ivy, you, in this moment, grasping on to the man in red's face, blasting him with everything you had, and it still just wasn't enough. In this, like, final moment, you feel something inside of you, something that could give you that extra push, that extra piece of rage, that bit of extra damage that could just get you over the edge. There's one thing that's been calming you down, and if you just gave that up, you'd be able to end him right here, right now. You give me the memories of your mother, putting you to sleep at night, reading you books. You'll be able to do this. Would you like to make that bargain?
I'll make that bargain.
And it is so. You feel these happy memories leave from you in that moment of when an engine revs before it kicks into a new higher gear. Your internal furnaces burns hotter than it's ever burned before, your entire arms lighting up as the man in red is in front of you.
Smoke begins to form from the places where my hands were before, the holes in his, like, skin from where my fingers dug into it. His upper half of his entire body is burned. He sort of, like, sways and he can't hold his own weight up and he falls to the ground. I just look at him and I look at that hole in his heart. In a way, I kind of feel like I have a hole in my heart too. Something I can't remember, something that has happened to me. I try to calm down, but I can't. There's no calmness in my soul anymore. It's been bargained away. I kick his face in until it's just mush, and then I walk away.
You walk away from the mutilated corpse of this binder. Hole in his chest, like Makoto, another being sent after you, and the snow begins to fall on you once more. You all find yourselves battered and bloodied after this short battle, and the corpse of the man in red laying in the corner. Ivy, as you stand up, walk away, pick up Emmy, you all hear the distinct sound of glass shattering as the kanji inside the man in red's chest breaks, shatters, and then a small paper doll floats into the air, ignites, and then disappears.
Can anyone tell me what the fuck is happening?
Ryuji, who's come out of stopped time only to see a train explode and has no idea what just happened because all of this transpired in the last 5 seconds, is like,
I don't know.
I went to bed. I woke up, I fell here, and you guys are fighting some guy?
Connell, what the fuck are you talking about?
Is this your timey-wimey stuff?
What do you mean timey-wimey stuff? I went to bed and then I woke up. Fuck.
Did you push your powers too far? You wiped your own memory?
I can't quite tell what just happened. Fuck. Connell buries his head in his hands as he has no clue where he is in time.
I'm gonna take a handkerchief out of my suit, wipe off my naginata, which is coated in the man in red's blood, and go,
Catch up, then.
I'll walk over to his, to Ivy, kneeled in front of his burnt corpse. I'll extend a hand for her to get up.
Well done.
I'll just take it and give like a little nod.
Ryuji holds your hand just a little bit longer as you get up. Can I see any burn markings on your arm? Have you pushed yourself too far again?
There are burn marks, but this time you actually see that a majority of like my hair on my head is turned white.
Try not to do that again.
You look over at the man in red's body. You notice that his mouth is stitched shut.
This thing's another puppet.
Like Makoto?
Yeah.
Admin, can I put together the plan from what I suspected, which is that they're trying to push us to use our powers more, to put more on the line, to sacrifice more?
I think that is not an illogical conclusion to come to. They invited you here, after all. Makoto invited you to the building which housed the charitable organization that was masquerading, pretending to be something it wasn't, under heaven in disguise.
Filling the train with figures from our past, vulnerable people, pedestrians, with the explicit purpose of destroying it. I think I put 2 and 2 together. Trauma plus a harsh battle. They were trying to do to them what they did to me. I'm not going to let that happen.
Okay, listen up, you two. Before you think about sacrificing something major just to kill the enemy, let us do it first.
That's not the case, Ryuji. I don't know what I just did, but I'm certain it was for a purpose.
No, it wasn't. I'm going to start walking towards him. In the back of Yuji's mind, he's saying he went to bed and then woke up as he is right now. So that means he did not remember the conversation we had this morning. You may not remember what you did, but what you sacrificed was for nothing. You were a liability.
I was not a liability. You dying does not assure our win.
I'm going to look him in the eyes, my monstrous eyes, going, Connell, the smartest thing to do in situations like this is leave it to the people who have already sacrificed things.
Then what happens when the people who already sacrifice things, what happens when you fucking die? Me and Ivy can't always pick up that slack, so I correct you where you mess up, okay?
Our deaths are an opening for you to run away.
Connell gets his bearings. He stands up, dusts himself off, and picks up his cane. Where was the train taking us?
Phan, the car still working?
You see it reverses back down the train track. Gonna be a long road trip, but we'll make it.
I go over to Emmy and I take off her blindfold that I made out of with my tie. I'm gonna kneel down. If we go to fight the bad guys, are you gonna be okay here for 5 minutes while the cops come?
That means the good people are gonna come get me?
Mm-hmm. Probably find your parents, take you somewhere safe. If you need me, I will try and find you. When this is all over, I'll try and make sure you're somewhere safe, okay?
Promise?
I promise. And I'll hold out my pinky.
She holds out hers. In Rack, driving away, as you all drive into the distance, eventually seeing blue and red flashing lights on the horizon, and the sounds of sirens slowly engulfing the crash site. As eventually Kyoto, the spiritual capital of Japan, begins to appear in the distance.
Step out of the car, go to grab my stuff out of the trunk.
Rack, go find a place to park, please. I was kind of expecting someone with, like, our name on it or something to greet us.
What did the invitation say again? Can I, like, pull it out of my, like, pocket?
The invitation itself was just the ticket. No location or anything like that.
What was it? Nobunaga? Is there, like, a statue of him somewhere in Kyoto, or, like, a landmark of his or something that we should be going to, maybe? Can anyone think of anything?
There's Nijo Castle, but I think that's the Tokugawa shogunate. So, Tokugawa Ieyasu, not the right shogun.
Are there any, like, map pamphlets around here?
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead. There would totally be like a touristy pamphlet somewhere in the station that you could go and grab.
Are we allowed to be here?
Well, I have no idea what their plan is. Were they trying to kill us? Were they trying to push us? Were they trying to make us feel bad? Feel worse about joining Cain?
But why does Cain want this to happen?
They just want us dead. We're a liability, all of us. Especially the ones of us with sin marks.
But we're a bigger liability if we flip. It doesn't make any sense.
What part of this has made any sense, really? The person we thought was our mentor was actually getting puppeted by these other people, and then we can't even trust Cain. But add new fucking prudence. Literally none of this makes any sense.
Well, all we have to do is keep winning. Anyways, can someone read this map for me?
I'll take it from your hands and I'll look at it.
But what does Cain stand to gain in this case? It makes no sense. It's stupid, quite frankly.
Everything about this is stupid.
Does the map say anything of importance? Maybe anything about Nobunaga?
I think it's pronounced Honoji, was a place where Oda Nobunaga famously resided in Kyoto.
Honnoji Temple.
Do you think we need to go to the temple, maybe?
Yeah, but if this really is Nobunaga, why did he bring himself back to life? Is it to get revenge on the people?
Maybe he never died.
Look, we don't know anything. The only reason we're here is to hear him out, okay? Figure out why this is even happening. Why us?
Yeah, okay. Let's head that way.
As you are all walking to the temple, completely uneventful, Phan, in the distance as you're walking down these quiet streets, however, you, in the corner of your eye, see something. A figure distinctly different than everything else in the crowds tonight. Out of the corner of your eye, you see a man in striking white traditional attire.
I'm gonna keep an eye on him and just keep walking.
As you do so, slips back behind the structures of Kyoto, and you arrive. All of you are standing in front of Honnoji Temple.
I'm gonna speed up to the front of the group. They already know we're here. They were watching us.
Yeah, I think they knew that from the moment we hit the train station. Fuck.
Wait, who's they?
Someone behind us, they were trailing back.
I turn around. Do I see anyone?
You see nothing.
What do you look like?
All white clothes. I didn't want to say anything just to not make us look suspicious.
But they're not trying to be subtle if they're wearing all white?
Look, they wouldn't have gone through the trouble. 2 months of kidnapping us, sneaking us out from under the eyes of heaven. Why do any of this? There's something they want from us. Every single thing we've done up until this point has been a trial. A trial either by Cain or by under heaven. We have to know what they want.
But what happens when one of them forces us to pick a side?
I pick our side.
Exactly. We choose us.
And with that, you all walk forward towards the closed doors of this temple. The door is unlocked. The gate is open. With a creak, the door parts, and you walk through and step inside.
Hey, bad guy, we're here.
Okay.
Relax, Phan.
I think they already knew that. You don't have to announce yourself.
I feel like it's better for us to put us forward.
We're betting that we are guests of honor.
You walk up to this sliding door. Would you like to open it?
Sure.
As you step up and in, the invitation in your pocket fizzles. Everyone else who is not currently following Ryuji disappears.
What the fuck just happened?
We should probably follow him. I'm gonna place my hand on the thing.
And the invitation on your person ignites. Phan, as you step through the threshold, you hear the invitation. Welcome, guest. As you step through, and everyone else, Ivy, Connell, Phan has disappeared. Phan, you are currently standing next to Ryuji.
I'm good at it instantly kill us.
Connell's gonna turn around and face Ivy. Listen, I understand that you might want to be true to yourself, and you might feel the same as me, and you might not. But when all this shit goes down, I'm picking the side that's gonna keep me alive. Neither of these sides give a fuck about any of us. They just want to keep using us. Whichever one is gonna make me free is gonna get my pick, okay? And you can do with that information what you will.
Okay.
Connell turns around and he enters.
I'm gonna follow the group.
You look around the space, Ryuji, first to enter, first to get your bearings on the room that you find yourself in. You see tatami mats. However, out of all of the different realms, places, non-Euclidean spaces that you've entered, this one makes sense. The room does not appear to be bigger on the inside. If you were to turn around, you would see the rest of the courtyard behind you. However, the temple gate that you initially pushed open to get in here is now closed.
You don't think it's like the elevator, do you?
Less of a palace, more of a barrier. I think if we didn't have an invitation, we would have just been walking into an empty temple.
Emma, could I pull out the two-way radio? Is it still a radio?
It is not. Phan, what do you think the best approximation of a two-way radio would currently be?
Honestly, like, it's a tin can with string.
You pull it out from your pocket, and the string just goes inside of the dimensional pocket that is inside of your overcoat.
It's like the tea garden.
Connell checks his cane gun. Is it now a musket?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. I've gone gunpowder.
I hate this.
I still haven't been able to quite tell whether or not this is real or not. I've never seen anyone use a technique quite like this.
I think that since the last time that we were in a place like this, it was with Makoto, we might be meeting Makoto's maker.
Who, Oda?
Probably.
I'm itching to find out what kind of blasphemy that is that can bring corpses back from the dead.
And bend them to your will.
And change time.
But is it possible that Nobunaga is just an extension of the real deal? After all, he died.
I don't think that it's an exorcist. If anything, I think it's a sin. I think a sin is powerful enough to do that with the help of exorcists.
That's the thing. Binders, their powers don't fall into the conventional categories. They're not limited by Cain classifications. Sometimes they mutate out of control.
You think this could be like a binder imago or something?
It's an organization. Who knows how many people keep this machine moving?
Well, looks like we got a meeting to get to.
You all walk forward and into the space, gazing onto a golden figure of the Buddha.
I'll walk up to it, bow my head slightly, clasp my hands together. Namu Amida Butsu.
Another sliding door to the right and behind the statue. Stepping outside of it is a figure in flowing long red robes, not too dissimilar to the individual that you all encountered hours ago. This figure approaches you draped in red, the size and make of their figure obscured by the cloth that they wear. However, their face illuminated by the candles in the space, you can see that their eyes are sewn shut. Welcome, honored guests.
And to whom do we owe the pleasure?
I am merely a vessel. You shall interact with the lord of this estate shortly.
You want to tell us why we're here?
You are here because this is where you are supposed to be. You were invited, you accepted your invitation, and you find yourselves inside of the temple now. The figure turns to the statue, turning their back to you entirely, does the claps, bows, stands in a position of prayer for 25 seconds exactly. Connell, you know because you would have counted, turns right back around to you. The master is waiting, and they will walk back to the door that they slid open initially, and you all walk through and steps out into a vast field of flowers. On closer inspection, you realize that this is a field of spider lilies, blooming beautifully in red. Looking up to the night sky, you see stars and constellations brighter than you've ever seen them before. In the center of the field sits a man fully draped in white robes, a traditional kimono. Another hooded figure sitting next to him in red begins to strum on a shamisen as the door behind you closes and the hallway disappears. The man in the center of it all is sewing something, what appears to be a tapestry. He looks old and looks a little frail. No hair on the top of his head, entirely bald. Katana placed to the right side of him. This isn't Oda Nobunaga. The figure rises. It is good to meet the Blades. How are all of you doing on this fine evening?
Similar to his armaments, I will set my briefcase down, place my naginata off to the side, bow before him.
He repeats the gesture. Ryuji, wonderful to lay my own eyes upon you. I've looked through my vassals for long enough. You and the other blades made quite short work of the vassal that I dispatched to you. That is no matter, though. Welcome to my realm, or should I say, my position inside of the garden. He will sit back down and resume stitching the tapestry in front of him. You see, it is a long vertical story with pictures and flowing lines depicting things. Not a single word, almost an interpretive piece of cloth that monks would often hang inside of temples to depict great stories. You would recognize this as something similar to like depicting of the Great Wheel or the many cycles of hell in Buddhist tradition.
Like a mandala.
Exactly. Bits and pieces that start to stick out to you in a strange way. Something that diverts from the original Buddhist text or some of its interpretations in the strange sense that the cycle that some of the interpretive characters are taking in this tapestry are very similar to events that you have lived in your life before you were ever in Japan.
I will sit down upon my knees and look back at my friends, sort of gesturing for them to do so as well.
Connell throws his musket on the ground, bows, and then sits beside him.
Connell, you look upon this tapestry as well, and see things that you don't remember doing, woven into this piece of fabric. Little times that you've missed, bits and pieces, days that have gone missing.
Sorry you couldn't get your tapestry exactly right.
My dear boy, if you didn't provide me challenges, sewing wouldn't be half the fun now, would it? Are your other two blades going to just sit behind there, or are they going to approach?
I'm gonna walk up. Why us? Out of everyone, why us?
Why not you? The sword is there to do its purpose. You don't forge a tool for a reason other than its intended first use. You have been forged.
And what's that use?
You are a weapon. You are a blade. You can save the world, Phan.
And what does saving the world look like to you?
Paradise. Bountiful resources. Peace and prosperity for those who are there to claim it.
And we're supposed to do that how? Slaughtering your enemies?
That is a pleasant side effect. You are all, well, two of you currently, possess the ability to become what my lord needs most. Catalysts. Something that can bring great change upon this rotten world. You can bring about something great, all of you. I dream of the second sunrise. It's been dark for so long.
And what happens if we say no?
It means I'll have to update my tapestry. And it means Lord Oda Nobunaga will be very disappointed. Looking at you now, Ryuji, the man in white. It's beautiful, is it not? Gesturing out to the spider lilies. It appears to stretch on forever. But the further you look outside, you see fire burning in the distance. This realm is mine. It's a shame Mrs. Nakagawa did not get to show you hers, though I'm sure you experienced a fraction of it.
You talk about bringing peace and change and prosperity to our world, but the only thing Nobunaga has given you is a piece of a world that doesn't actually exist.
He's given me a dream. Something to strive towards, hope to work towards. A Japan that was stolen from us, that we can return to. A world where the sun never sets.
So it was Cain that killed Nobunaga then?
I don't know if it was what you call Cain. Roaming vagabonds, those who, I believe you call them binders, exorcists. This iteration of Cain is merely nothing more than those who have the strength to make their will manifest to do so. The time will come where this version of the world falls, and a new one will rise to take its place. Tell me, how do you think Cain maintains their sense of power, their sense of control over everything? Through, I believe you call them virtues? Those who have strived to their human peak, becoming swords forged to the fires of battle. Do you think if individuals as powerful as virtues would willingly bend the knee to Cain? How many virtue-level threats are out there, really? How many exorcists did Cain kill to keep their status quo? How many beautiful blades blunted out by the fear of the unknown, the fear of the sun's eventual rise?
This second sunrise, you're talking about a world of only exorcists.
A world free of the impure.
The death of all humans.
Does that upset you, Ryuji?
Ryuji closes his mouth. Sitting deep within his stomach is something that is supposed to feel more upset than it is right now, and that scares him. He remembers killing a human not but a couple of hours ago, and how easy it was, in the name of the mission.
You have seen the light, Ryuji, you and Phan as well. You have come to an understanding. I can see it in you, and his piercing eyes meet your gaze, and you can feel the man in white looking deep into your soul, almost like you're being judged. Ivy and Connell don't see it yet, but I'm sure they will.
Can you leave them out of it?
Out of what? The great second coming? No. They will be made to fit, willingly, unwillingly.
No. I heard the voice of God because I made a sacrifice. They didn't choose this.
Yes, but no one chooses anything. You think you've made decisions?
Yes, I did. I made a choice.
When did you ever make a choice that was ever truly yours? The roads that you've walked on, my boy, the people you have killed, the decisions you have made, all of it taken out of your hands many, many years ago by apes, people who could not even glimpse the breadth of our power, living in poverty. That is unfitting for someone of your stature.
Ryuji, don't fucking listen to him. You're trading your chains for a new set, okay? He's not gonna help you.
Where's Nobunaga?
He's right where he needs to be.
Where is he? Bring him here.
The Lord is very busy with his work right now. The preparations.
I don't give
for
a
the coming
shit. Bring him here.
Do not raise your voice in the garden at me, boy. Your time for the meeting with His Highness will come soon.
I reach down, grab the naginata, and hold it out at him.
He will grab the blade, and blood begins to flow down the pole of the naginata towards your hand. Even this choice, Ryuji. And you look down at the tapestry as the blood begins to fall, and you see it depicted below you, has already been made. Free yourself of this free, determined fate. Holding the blade firmly in his grasp, with the strength that betrays his size and weakness, looks to you, Phan. Phan, do you hold contempt for other humans? Hatred for the ants masquerading as people?
I don't think you really understand. I don't hate or like humans. They just exist. Whether they're all dead or all alive, it's the same to me. But these guys, they have people they care about. And even though I don't care about humans, I guess some exorcists are not that bad.
You will see soon enough. Ivy, your father, a great man, a very powerful man. I understand you're not fully aware of the sacrifices he's made for you specifically.
I'll walk forward at that. Finally. What sacrifice do you think he's made for me?
More than you can ever know. The information eludes me, and you look down at the tapestry, and there is just an empty white patch. One of the things I get to fully comprehend, but I'm sure you'll understand it soon. I know enough. Your father, he's a powerful man.
You don't know anything.
Which is why Cain has him locked up, frozen, up on Seraph. I'm telling you the truth, Ivy.
You're fucking lying.
I have no reason to lie to you. And more blood begins to drip onto the empty portion of the tapestry.
The words you say are meant to manipulate us, to get us to go follow you, and I don't trust a word you say, and none of us should.
I would pressure you to pursue that line of thought. Would you like to go back to the cage you already exist in? The illusion of freedom, the illusion of choice, or would you like to come to someone who's offering you a chance, something different? The jailer that tells you how it is instead of the one that tells you what it isn't.
What you want is a world without humans. To kill all of these people, it's insanity. It's mass genocide. It's not something I will take part in ever.
It's not insanity, it's the rational outcome. This is the best choice that can possibly be made. Ivy, I ask you this. How much meat have you eaten? How many ants have you stepped on? Not once did you ever think about the life you were taking there, because it fueled you. If a cow or a pig begs for its life, would you listen to it?
If it could tell me that it didn't want to die, or if I knew that it had a family, I still am not going to ever condone you killing millions. It's never going to happen for me.
Don't think of it as killing, Ivy. Think of it as a great awakening.
The ants, the pigs, the cows, they're all necessary. Every life is necessary.
Yes, because they fuel you, Ivy. They make you stronger. At the top of the food chain, you sit, and the lower beings beneath you, you give them your time, your quarter.
What lower beings? No one's
Those.
beneath me.
You're very incorrect about that.
I will not put myself on a pedestal. None of us should. None of us deserve that, at the very least.
No, by virtue of being here, we think that they can't protect themselves, so we do it for them.
Do you know what happens when a human looks at a sin? Have you seen it? Because I have. They need to be protected. But it doesn't mean that we're better than them. Do you? Connell, look at me. Do you? Are you actually considering this?
We volunteer ourselves, knowing that we are more capable. We need to understand that. But the misconception these people have made is that we're kind of nothing without them. Sins, exorcists, all of it. It doesn't exist without humanity. So what happens when all of humanity dies?
Dies is the wrong way of putting it. Connell, I think evolves is a better way of looking at the situation. Do you ever dream of a life where you don't have to go and hunt sins on behalf of those who will never know nor care for your existence? Go home to a cage that isn't yours. Spend your pitiful little shillings on the beer and cigarettes and treats that the prison master treats you to. I'm offering you freedom, offering you a choice.
You know, I thought about that for a while, though I've had a change of perspective. If I can fight and do all of this, and you can call the struggle whatever you want, if I keep on doing this till I die, but I made it so one other person doesn't have to live the way I did, that's a win for me.
You'd willingly give up your existence as a higher being to serve the ants beneath you? Those who force your position in the first place?
I think Ryuji looks up at you, Connell, and you see a mask of just paralysis begin to soften a little bit, seeing his actions predetermined, seeing his entire life spinning out of his control. He just looks at you and goes, "Have you ever tried a drink called Horlicks? It's like chocolate and whey. It's like malted. I don't know, kids in India drink it a lot. Whenever we had enough money, I would buy some. It's just you mix it with a little bit of water and it turns into a pretty good drink. Have you ever had it before?"
No, I have not. Ryuji, you should take me sometime.
"Yeah. I think I forgot what Horlicks tasted like. I just remember that it was good."
Yeah.
God, what else don't I remember?
Do you remember your other favorite drink, or did you actually not like it at all?
Are you talking about Suntory whiskey or Regain?
Both.
God, I'm gonna stand up with my blood-covered naginata and stretch and go, "Man, I'd kill to get a taste of both of those again."
Yeah, well, you know who's not going to be making it anymore if all of humanity gets wiped out?
Yeah, damn shame. I'm gonna start passing the man in white and start walking over the hill. "So if we keep walking, do we find Oda Nobunaga? He's got to be in here somewhere, right? Or is that already there? Are you gonna stitch that next?"
If my steel is found wanting, I am nothing more than an ant, and you will have proven yourselves worthy.
Okay, sorry, I don't read a lot of poetry. Can you say that just Straight.
Throws his tapestry into the air, picks up his katana from the ground. It's the way of the blade, then. You will be made to learn. The man who was playing the shamisen will stand up, throw his hood off, and assume a fighting stance, as well as the man with his eyes sewed shut, both of the other men in red. Ryuji, you see, the further you walk away from the man in white, you see fire and blood aspects coming around you, and then a little synapse fires in the back of your head. In the many realms of Buddhism, the realm of blood, flame, death, and torture, it has many translations, but one hits the back of your head. Naraka.
I look at the flames, the suffering around us. I just mutter under my breath, Yamalokam.
Eyes up, Connell.
You got it.
Holding the naginata over my shoulder, instead of that sort of Olympian javelin or throwing motion I would normally do, I just hoist it up, stab it into the soft earth beneath me, and begin to point it forward, the handle towards one of the men in red. And within it is an axis. As that happens, I will use current and form a concentrated whirlwind that blasts him backwards. So, just him and him alone, he will be caught within this whirlwind.
Oh, that's a 6 on the die.
Nice.
Yo!
Hear No Evil is going to pull out the shamisen, hit a single twang, a pair of sliding doors is going to open up below them. Ryuji, on top of you, a set of doors is going to open as Hear No Evil is going to fall down on top of you, just punching you square in the jaw, and you're going to take 2 stress from this.
I am going to pinch both of my hands together and begin to separate them. As the same time the room begins to get larger, Phan yells out, Maze of Phantazos. You see the land beneath us begin to shift, the rolling fields of flowers as they move and shift like the psychic roiling sea. All of the exorcists that are with us have islands around them wading through without effort. The flowers caught in the current begin to press up against our enemies. And you roll risk, of course.
4.
Not bad.
The man in white speaks up as he is being shifted and thrown around by the changing of his domain. The tapestry still floating in the air, looking up to it. He says, all of it is woven. And he is going to sheath his sword, unsheath it, and a blinding flash of his sword is barely seen. And you realize his sword is not a sword. In this split second, Phan, the eyes like hawks that you now possess, you realize this is a needle inside of a sheath, as a giant stitch right across your chest, and you are going to be taking 2 stress from this.
I take an injury.
Ivy, whoever you go for, I can help you finish.
I turn around, I look at this path that Phan has created effortlessly for me, and I strike with Saber. 5d6?
That's
Holy
really good. That's 4
fuck.
slashes. Wait, no, 5 slashes.
Oh my
5 slashes.
Holy shit.
Nice.
And 3 thin! Looking at this perfectly made room for me to split these people in half, I pull out my arms and a beam of light goes straight through the man in white and See No Evil, singeing them and a lot of their clothes into dust. I'm like barely affected by it.
The man in white is going to use Hold My Darlings. Once a scene when this idol would take stress on its execution talisman from an exorcist action, it can supernaturally transfer all harm to any cultist or group of cultists present in the scene instead. Hear No Evil is going to take all of the stress instead.
What Connell's going to do is his hand lights up with a brilliant blue light as suddenly you all hear the tolling of a bell tower. It carries over the entire field. I'm going to expend a psychic burst, get the 2 bonus die, and I'm going to use all of my divine agony, all 3 of it, to go and kill See No Evil, which makes this a 7d6 psychic burst attack.
Let me get a risk roll for you on that.
Oh!
That is a 2 on the die for risk.
Okay, one success. As Connell sprints at this guy, he stops dead in his tracks and freezes for a moment, realizing that something horrible is about to happen. The clock tolls once more and carries over the battlefield. As he reaches his hand out towards it, he is going to use Stutter. I get to re-roll that. Fuck! 3 successes again, but not worth it. Let me roll 1d3 for temporal instability gain. Thank fuck.
Not bad.
That's a shame,
But that's a terrible roll.
That's really rough.
He's taking 3 slashes from this. As you run at See No Evil, jumping on top of him, you watch as you run forth, foresee the horrible future that awaits you. Stutter, run back, try again, trying to end him. The air around you begins to go cold as bits and pieces of the flowers begin to freeze and then shatter as you impact the ground, getting closer and closer and closer as a giant blast of frozen air right towards your right arm. Don't think this would be clipping anyone else because everyone else is pretty spread out at this point. This is going to be directed at Connell.
And Connell's attack was he was just going to jump in with his arm and rapidly age this guy.
So See No Evil is just going to, with no eyes, perfectly track your position and then coalesce their hands together, slide them apart as a freezing blast of cold air pierces you right in the shoulder. You are going to be taking 3 stress from this attack.
Connell recoils in pain, but he has made the arm of See No Evil much older than they currently are.
Seeing that See No Evil, it's kind of like looking in a mirror, because I've never met another Ardence user because we all die by our own powers, and there's something inside of me that is almost like seeing this person as kin in a way, but they have hurt someone that I see as family, and so I'm gonna go after them. The arm that you hurt before, the arm that's like decaying on See No Evil, I'm gonna look at it and say snap and break their arm.
Risk roll coming up. 2 on the risk. That's bad.
It's 46.
That's 3
wow.
crits. And a 4. That's 4 successes.
Wow.
Holy fuck.
I look at its arm, I move my hand, and I say snap, and its arm fucking flies off, and they fall to the ground, and all their bones in their body start to like snap and pop. They fall to the ground and they die.
They do. They do die. That is 4 successes. Only 1 sin. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Nice.
However, See No Evil hits the ground and pops and crackles out of existence, each bone snapping, hitting the cold ground, frozen into ice, disintegrating itself. You hear the sound of glass shattering as another puppet has been destroyed. The man in white turns to you, gripping the sheath of his needle, and in an instant, he takes a step forward and is immediately behind you, Ivy, as he is going to stab you right through the sternum with this needle. Lean over to your ear. You will learn to see how I see. You will be a tool for the Lord. And you are going to take 3 stress from getting stabbed.
Hear No Evil is currently on top of me, right? They just punched me in the jaw. I'm going to grab them by the throat, fling them back into the current, straight into the corpse of their dead friend.
Awesome. Little risk roll for you, my friend. Hey-oh! That's a 5.
Wonderful!
Pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take 2 points of stress for the work. Current plus maze plus 2 psyche bursts. That's 5d6.
God damn.
Pretty good.
That's
Holy.
insane.
Grab them by the throat as they've just punched me in the chin, and I'll go, your friend couldn't, but you can see this. The world begins to blur around us as they realize that it is not me affecting the world, it is the fact that we are spinning so fast that light physically cannot reach our eyes, and at 10,000 miles per hour, I will let go and let my Baba Chakra take them as they fly into the current, as far as visual range will go, through their friend's corpse and to the horizon into hellfire.
So, risk roll is a 5 there. So you're feeling good. You're feeling dandy. You're feeling great. The man in white, already on top of Ivy, already unsheathing the needle from Ivy's body, immediately stabbing you right through the hand, which you had just thrown his puppet. You are going to take 2 stress from this.
I will take another injury, and I'm going to roll for my sin mark real quick.
No fucking way!
No
Yes!
way!
He doesn't take the injury!
Stabbing through my hand, I follow through the needle and grab his, and with the eyes of a demon, I go, Om Mani Padme Hum. What perdition is reserved for those who are enemies to enlightenment?
Connell is going to whip out his cane that is now turned into a traditional musket. He's never operated one before, but he knows the basic principle. He brings the hammer back, and he's going to run towards the... He's going to run towards the man in white. He's going to charge up his gun and use a psychic burst and take advantage of the terrain to get a crazy shot on him. That puts us at just one bonus die, so 3d6. Oh wait, roll that risk, boss.
And then let me get risk, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm going to break something. I'm going to break something.
I will
I'm
fucking
so upset.
take it.
I'm so upset.
That's good.
Hey, okay, I'll take that. That's nice. Connell pulls back the hammer, jumps into the air, and takes this shot. As it pierces through the man in white, he reverses time on the bullet itself to run back through him a second time, dealing that extra slash of damage.
Sick as fuck.
That's cold. That's
cool.
so fucking cold. I think the reversal of the bullets, though, the shrapnel from the blunderbuss, coming back from the man in white, his perfect robes now sullied. Connell, your own shot is going to back into your chest. Yeah, so that's 2 stress for you, Connell.
I do still take an injury, sadly.
And that is 2 successes on the dice. That's 2 slashes on the man in white.
I'm going to use Perfect Technique to increase the category of my blasphemy by 1 for 2 scenes as part of my sorcerer agenda. Which means at Cat 5, I can affect something up to a large building. Phan has always done her own thing, but she's going to take a little bit of inspiration. All of those axes, flinging objects, an idea pops up in her head. Phan is going to point her finger towards the man in white and use diplomacy to order the entire building to fire. The wooden boards peel off of the walls, sharpening themselves into points like swords, all aiming directly towards the man in white.
Okay. I will say that technically the hallway you walked through here disappeared when you entered here. So if you want to
No, sorry, this room.
the fucking maze that you used.
Yeah,
Yes.
she created a room. Yeah.
I'm so...
She invented a room.
A weapon of her own making, if you will.
Phan heard earlier about saying that this was their domain, and some part of her was so upset knowing that these objects, this building, never agreed to that. They were forced to do this. I'm not acting for myself, I'm acting for them. I'm going to use 2 Psyche Bursts for an extra die. That's plus 3d6, 2d6, and I'm also going to take a bargain for an extra dice. Actually, I won't use an extra dice, I'll slash an extra time. That's going to be 66. And that's 3 successes. So 4 slashes in total.
And I'm gonna give you a hook for that bargain, if you don't mind. When you're doing this, you're looking at the man in white, his eyes, you make eye contact. You hold that gaze with him, and for a split second, you feel that same hatred you felt in that room so long ago, of someone who looks down on you with nothing but contempt and disdain. This 3 slash talisman is going to fill up 1 with that, and you are going to take 3 stress. Flashing back to the little girl you used to be.
Can I use an item? Can I use my clip off? My clip-if? Please be a 3!
Oh, fuck! What are you talking about?
When the Ardent's user gets 3 psychic bursts back.
What are you talking about?
I throw this, like black pouch on the ground and crush it with my foot, and you just kind of see me, light up with, a new sort of fire in my eyes. Who's near Man in White?
Man in White is right next to me.
It's Phan and Ryuji. If you saber here, it's going to hit both of them.
Do they have time to get out of my way? Okay, yeah, sure. I need you two to move away right now.
You see Ryuji just looks at you, smiles, and goes, I can take it.
Is Phan gonna move?
Yeah, absolutely move.
Actually, hold on. Rylee, allow me to go first for just one moment. Connell, hearing that she's about to do this, looks around for the shade again. He does not find him. Connell like presses his hands against his head and shakes it around for a moment, and he squints his eyes at what's about to unfold, and he just talks to himself now. He sees no physical thing. What is about to happen? What is about to happen? What is about to happen? I'm going to... Oh, fuck, I'm out of Psychic Burst. Well, I'm going to take Sin. Oh! I'm at 7 now, gang. Roll that risk die now for, Saber. Oh! Let's fucking go! And Rylee, guess what? You get a little bonus die for the prediction as well. Connell looks to you. He witnesses an absolute brilliant burst of energy on this man. The Shade hasn't told him this. He's witnessing it live. He blinks, and he's back in the moment. He looks to Ivy. Blast him now! And if you roll bad, I got you. Oh, you rolled bad. I got you. Hold on. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use Stutter. Witnessing this course of events... Oh, fuck. If I roll another 3, gang, it's time. And I'm going to use Stutter again. I'm going to expend a Psychic Burst that I don't have. Once in. Oh, and it's so much. Oh, my God. It was so worth it.
God.
That's 5
it's
slashes,
so much
baby.
better.
5 slashes, baby. Connell witnesses Ivy attempt to shoot this blast at the man in white and witnesses his own prediction fail. He sighs as he once again hears the bell toll as it spreads throughout this valley. He digs into his body once more and he grips his heart for a moment, but it's weak. He almost doesn't want to do it. He hesitates. But he gains his bearings and he almost crushes it again. He is going to use Stutter and resolve that, but he does happen to fill out temporal instability, which we will roll now. Out of nowhere, you weren't looking at Connell for a second, but you look back at him, and he is now wearing traditional garb for this era. He looks like he's wearing the clothes that they are wearing, as if he suddenly switched sides of sorts.
So I'm taking 5 stress?
Yes. So I was going to say, Ryuji is also in the range of Saber.
Cold ice, like the Ardence user that I had just killed, shoots out of my hand. It's like a straight block of ice, though. It's not the frost that you've once felt before, Ryuji. And the blast off of, like, the coldness hits you straight into your heart. The man in white, the water from the icicle, like, drips onto his clothes and it makes him wet. And it's just cold and bloody. And my hair starts to slowly turn more and more into white. And I take 2 stress from the success.
And you will also be taking an additional 2 stress because of the 6 on the risk roll.
I'm injured.
Okay, so I take an injury.
Yes. Hear no evil, instantly dead, by the way. The solid chunk of ice, instantly right in his chest, punched straight through him, crumples, hits the floor, dead, gone.
I'm still holding on to, despite the fact that we are trapped in ice, I'm still holding on to his needle, which is pierced through my hand. I've reached all the way down and grabbed his own arm. I would like to inscribe an axis into his needle and begin to turn it, twisting his arm like being wound up like string until it crumples into a fleshy knot. And I will use Bullet, a unique application of Bullet, in order to disarm him.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the risk roll on that real quick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a 6 on the risk roll.
Plus a d6 to disarm, plus a d6 for maze, and I will dip into Sin and use a Psyche Burst for an additional d6, a unique application of my blasphemy. Alright, so I'll roll that 1d3. 2 Sin. I'll take that. And then I will roll 5d6.
Ooh! That's still really nice.
That's still 3 successes.
So you rolled I rolled a 6 on the dice. That's 2 stress for you, Ryuji. All right, who wants to go next?
Well, Phan is the only one who can.
So, Psyche Burst to Sin. I'll roll that now. That's 2. I'm at 3 to 7. So plus the gloves and plus maze. That is plus 2 dice. That's 46. That's 2 successes.
That's just it.
Good game. Yeah, good game.
Wow.
Thank you.
Kill this
game.
fucking guy. Do we even look down the barrel of the risk roll? severe attack before you die, before you get it.
We're going to target an exorcist. I'm going to target Ryuji. Any other exorcists nearby must decide to fly to their aid. Any that don't offer aid cannot participate. We will be starting with a pool of 66, and we will be removing 1 dice for each of the following questions you answer yes to. If the answer is no, you or someone aiding you can immediately make a roll to try and fix the answer, and if you fuck it up, you will take consequences. So there's risk on those. There's injuries on top of injuries if we try and fix the pool. How far are you from the idol?
I'm right next to them.
Do you have anyone you deeply love or care about in your life?
Not anymore.
Now, is anyone aiding, or are we just letting this ride?
I'm gonna aid. Me. Hello.
Phan's gonna help.
I will help as well.
Holy shit. All three helping.
Does anyone aiding you care about you? And if so, can they describe how?
Connell cared deeply about Ryuji and he saw him change, but he's seeing the old Ryuji sort of pierce out. That sort of pure, wholesome, kind version that deeply cared about other people.
Is the sin hindered, distracted, or under duress in some way?
Yes.
So, 2 yeses, 2 nos. It's going to be 4d6. You can make a single action roll to attempt to rectify the answer with only a few moments to act. And you will suffer consequences as normal if you fail, so potentially taking stress. Everyone is immediately going to take 4 stress, as the man in white looks up, needle gone from his hand, arm twisted by Ryuji, looking at the tapestry. His eyes light up with a passion that you have yet to see from him as he gazes into his masterpiece. It shall be done. This is the way. This is the only way. They will all see. They will all see so soon. Oh my lord, the plan, it comes together. As everyone is going to take 4 stress, as the needles of fabric and stitching immediately begin to burrow into all of your flesh, tie you down to the ground you currently stand on. Springing up from the ground, the spider lilies themselves turning into fabric and needles that is going to pin and just push you like pin cushions. And we're going to roll the dice now. That is a 4, a 3, a 3, and a 3. So how severe attacks work is you are fishing for 1s. If 1s happen, bad things happen. As you can all see, there are no 1s.
Yes!
Ryuji, you took 4 stress. Where does that place you?
3 injuries.
This has resolved. I did not meet the requirements to use the abilities in the severe attack. 0 1s were rolled. The 4 stress still remains. Phan, how much damage, how many successes on the slash did you hit?
2.
The man in white is currently at 14 of 16, bringing us to 1, 2, completing the talisman.
I'm gonna place both of my hands on the ground of this still island that Maze has created around me. The waves of these flowers stop. The man in white begins to rise to the center point of the room as all of the flowers are ripped off from the ground and begin to gravitate in a central ball. And with Maze, I will increase that gravitational force more and more until, like a Dorodongo ball, crushing it and smoothing it further and further as it gets smaller and smaller until it is a ball of the man in white and flowers crushed into a singular small point as it clatters to the ground.
And the blood and the ice and this marvel of what remains of the man in red sits there upon the hill where he used to weave. And the sin and the stain has been wiped away as the man in white and the men in red have been dealt with. You all feel the ground begin to shake beneath you as it begins to spin, like a giant gear turning for the first time in quite a while, as the flowers beneath you begin to decompose and then melt into blood as they all disappear. A 2-inch thick puddle of blood now sits below all of you as the ground begins to rise, spinning upwards into the night sky. Inevitably, you reach another door, similar to the one that you walked in, where hear no evil and see no evil first encountered you. You reach the door, you press it open, walk through, and step out to in front of the castle